movie All Our Yesterdays. Had the privilege of spending a couple hours with your mom one Sunday afternoon explaining how one goes about uniting 5 warring little school districts.
Yes.
He got those women all together, had a tea party and talked them down, and never could get Stillicum to come into her little tea party. Just stay outside. She was quite a lady. But she never did go on into, she said she kept dimes for kids who rode the streetcar and couldn't get down to Jason Lee.
To Stadium too. Stadium and Lincoln. See, they couldn't.
Would they go to Jason Lee?
They went
Ninth
toward
grade went to Jason Lee before they got junior high.
Yeah. And she wanted to consolidate.
Does everybody always use Channel 3 for the...
Yeah, it's Channel 4. 5.
What we use.
No, let's try 4.
Try 4, yeah.
That might be it.
That sounds,
You got it marked on TV and not...
I think we got it.
We think we got it now. It says Channel 3 on the screen, but Channel 4 was the...
Might get the debate.
I might finish your debate here.
Getting too much.
Well, they had different school districts at Custer, and they had Park Live, and Lakewood, and City, and American Lake North. We always played soccer and baseball.
This is coming back.
I think we missed the good part, Bob.
6 to 7.
Oh, you're going backwards, okay.
6 to 7:20. Then it switches to Channel 4. Jeff took 2 minutes to 8. And then it's, but I missed the end of
Yeah,
the
you're
day.
speeding, Bob, you're speeding.
Slow down,
Then it
slow down.
switches to the dog show at 8
That's the guy
o'clock.
I just saw at a funeral.
Anything done to
Is this it?
He rewinded it before he came.
that debate tonight.
You take it back
There we
to the
go.
library if you don't rewind.
Now you have to go back a ways.
Take it back.
Not far.
Yeah.
Keys.
I didn't realize there were so many things here that aren't around anymore in the way of birds and flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's just a, okay.
Boy Scout camp. This is a Boy Scout situation.
Hey, Bob.
Hey!
Bob, why don't you have a...
This is the, I think this was taken up.
Hey, Bob. Can I get you to talk about it so I can film that too? And we get both
Over
of you?
here?
Oh, this is fine. He's okay. Well, gotta zero in
You
on
want
it.
me to move so you can get over here?
Which part of the creek is
Tell you
that?
what, I'll
I
move
think
that.
this is the Boy Scout situation when we were up at the staircase. Remember that, Dewey? When we were up at staircase, the Boy Scouts went up the staircase up above Lake Cushman. I think that's what this is. And we'll get into this. I don't know, what is this high-speed situation here?
Who's that?
Who that?
Who's that?
That's my grandfather. I'm sorry, you're going to have to.
No, we want to see
You're going to have
some
to
of
go
this.
with the
Sure.
circle.
We want to see some of this.
Is that C.S. Barlow?
Keep going.
Forward?
Yeah. There, wait,
There.
back a little bit.
There.
Right there, let it go then. Turn it.
Their grandpa.
That's you, Bob.
That's it. That's it. Here's the flood.
Go back just a little
there's
bit
the
because
flood.
it's showing you.
Oh my goodness, that looks like
Oh,
a river.
that's terrible.
What year was
All
that?
right, there, now just let it go.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I hope you don't mind the comic relief.
There you go.
He was about 94 at the time.
How old was he there?
94.
94. Boy, he's pretty sprung.
That's C.S.
That's
Barlow?
me.
There's Bob.
All right, now this is the way the water was at our house, in our basement.
You thought it was
That's
funny.
me. This is Ponce de Leon in front of our house. Now, I don't know whether you're familiar with where our house is, on Ponce de Leon. But our front yard went down there, and there was lawn down in front there.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And now we're looking towards the bridge. This is the bridge across.
That's Interlochen
This is
Bridge?
Ponce de Leon.
No, that's
Going in, it's down the mouth of
The mouth
Stillicum
of
Lake.
Ponce de Leon, yeah.
Going
This
into
is
Stillicum.
across the creek. This is my uncle's house there. And this is the amount of water that was coming through there. It was diverted, as it were.
Wow.
Now we're getting up to the point where this is the Doughton house up here. And this is where they're coming around the bend. And let me see. All right, this is the Doughton house, and you can see this is eroding. It's coming through down there, and we're putting trees in. That's our old tree house collapsed. Wow. All of our tree house. That's Norton Clapp there, and a couple of other guys. As you can see, that house would have let go if it hadn't been for Bill Butler, who worked for us. And we were putting all of these trees in down here to keep the erosion away, or to stop the erosion.
Just terrible.
Wow, that was pretty bad.
It was a serious thing, you
It
know.
was a serious thing, brother. Let's see, what's the name of that street?
That's our house, looking from the bridge.
Oh, that
That
Looking
house
up, and the
still
way the
there?
water was coming down.
Is the house still there?
Pardon?
Is that house
Is
still
the
there?
house
Oh,
still
yes,
there?
that house is still there.
That's a beauty.
Nice house, big
Boy,
house.
And there's the bridge.
Oh.
I say you could be walking on
Now,
water
which
across it.
which bridge was that?
And there's Rita
That's
Dewey,
Brook Lane, a little bridge.
The one in Brook Lane, yeah.
Rita?
a classmate of ours who was a very sexy gal that we all
See, things
They all
haven't changed.
remember the name.
Things haven't changed. That's my uncle's house, and this is looking
Oh, it's still
across.
I
what
bet
is-
that's Rita Leonard.
Yeah,
Siren.
I saw her not too long ago. That's my cousin and myself. And this shows how the water is. That would be up above where the road is
We haven't
today.
seen anything like that since.
No.
The problem was that the December 1933, we had 19 inches of rain, and over half of it came in 4 days. So,
Yeah, and that's exactly.
I
this is all
hope that
taken.
doesn't happen again.
well, it
It
certainly
could.
can.
But you can see, it was just like a river coming down there.
I love
Wow.
You can drive by. That's my grandmother who came out to look at the plants. She lived in town. She had to come out. I didn't mean to get too much of the family situation. This is my uncle's house,
That's halfway up the
and
doors.
that's his basement.
Yeah.
Our basements, and of course, that's where our furnaces were, so
Wow.
we were sort of living off
What
it. Now,
time
this is Chambers Creek. This is Chambers Creek.
Down at the end of the Stillicum Lake there,
Yeah.
The end, yeah. And this is the way that was coming out.
where the ice arena was.
Oh, it isn't
Yeah.
anywhere
Well,
near
it's
like
after,
that
yeah,
now.
it's on.
On the other side
See,
of
the
the
other
ice
side,
arena?
that's Stillicum Boulevard up there.
Yeah, so you're on the vet side,
Yeah.
on the downhill
My
side.
son
Down
lives
this
there
side.
now. On the other
Well,
side.
that's where I live.
And what year was this?
33 is what I would say.
Well,
What
I
time-
say
what-
it's January, February 34.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, it was in that area.
Oh, this time of year.
The rest
Yeah,
of
why not?
this is something else now, we don't have to go into this as
Okay.
a party of my.
Anything else you want to show?
No,
Okay.
that's
We
basically.
like to see Stillicum.
Now, he didn't say what happened, but
I'm sure I don't want to talk about
I think that's probably right. Some of the men got together, 4 or 5 or so. Their properties were in great trouble. This one house, the living room was flooded. They actually had a canoe in the living room. And so one dark night, they went down and took a couple of boards out of the dam at the end of the lake. And it lowered the water in the lake fine. It also wiped out everybody downstream in Chambers Creek.
it. Yeah, right. I'm sorry we weren't able to prepare a better deal, but in those years, you didn't have 3 directors
Right.
and a production company to put these things together.
Well,
You were
now,
lucky to even have a video of it.
That's a good video for
So-
1934.
So, this flood we're talking about here wiped out people downriver?
It's
Yeah.
kind of scary to see.
Really?
'cause it
Well,
could
Bill
happen
Seaton's house was
again.
taken clear away, and he never did go back there.
It really did. It was. a-
On, that damage was done down Chambers.
Downstream.
Down
Yeah,
Chambers, yeah.
As you could see.
Because all that runoff, that's the only way out.
The Chambers deal was washed out and no control. And mind you, you were seeing what was happening at
States that did that.
It was it's wonderful, wonderful.
Ponce de Leon, which is where we live.
Yeah.
Plover Creek was pouring as much, if not more, at the
Right.
other time.
Right.
So you combine the two, and they're coming in there, and they all go into this one outlet.
Triple the flow.
Yeah.
All into that one outlet. And that's,
Did they have the flood control?
And the one through Meadow Park, those were coming in? A little
No,
further
they
down.
don't.
A little further down
Yeah.
into Chambers
Well,
Creek, though.
they go to the bay.
they don't, yeah, they
That
go
goes
to
into
It
Chambers.
goes
They
into
join.
Chambers to go to the bay.
the farther down.
Yeah.
But this
But they
side,
were
this side of the game farm.
Yeah,
Right,
this is
this side.
all,
Yeah,
this side of the game.
Yeah.
Down by the ice arena.
Yeah.
Did they have that dam control there at that time?
At that time, no.
This is just natural
And
flow?
even if they'd had it, it was washed out, as you can see.
Well, you could see bits of it there when it was, it
Yeah.
collapsed, but,
They didn't really have that kind of control in those days.
well, there were some boards that
Yeah.
got lifted out,
Yeah.
but it
But
was
not-
not.
Because it was a man-made lake all along,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah.
When was the Bird Mill built?
Oh, 1854 for the sawmill and 1856 for the grist mill, I think.
19?
18.
We weren't around then.
Very early.
Oh, I know.
Well,
It was there.
Just a few
your
years
grandpa was, I
later.
Oh,
think.
I know, yeah, but that, we weren't.
We weren't, no.
So it's all hearsay.
Your grandpa was a good dancer.
Yeah, he was
I want to get
a
another
lifer.
look at your tricycle, too.
Oh, dear.
What do you guess the population was of Lakewood in the early 30s?
What do you think, Joey?
Summer or winter?
It wasn't Lakewood then.
Well, the Lakes District.
Lakes
what was the
District is what
permanent
it was.
population.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it called Lake
Como was
Stilton?
150,000.
What?
Was it called Lake Stilton at the time?
20,000.
Well, we thought of it as the Lakes District.
Oh, it's referred to as the Lakes District, but it was never called Lakewood.
No.
No, it was
If
called
the-
Lake
The
Stilton.
lake was still called Lake Stillicum and Gravely and the like, but
Wasn't there a difference in the winter population and the summer population?
Yeah.
decidedly, yeah.
wasn't it?
Well, for
It was a
instance,
long
over
way
here
from
at,
town.
where Lakewood Center is, it was Bill's barber shop, 25 cents. Bill's barber shop, and he had a little shack there.
Yeah, 2 bits of
Martin
haircut.
Clapp bought the corner, and he had to tear it down, and had to pay 50 cents for a haircut.
Dewey, you got your hair cut and you got a free candy bar for being good.
Oh.
He was also a dirty guy, too. He told
So-
dirty jokes.
As a matter of fact, just recently in the paper, I think it was last weekend,
back then.
there was an obit of a
Joe Terrell.
Joe Terrell.
Yeah.
And Joe Terrell's father, and Joe was a couple of years older than we were, but his dad owned Terrell's store, which is where the little church, which is what the little
Right
church
there.
in the prairie was, that's the basis for it. It was built up around that. That was built, and then there's still parts of that store right there.
That's the
They're part of the little church on the prairie.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
Norton Clapp can be given credit for a lot of that and his wife.
Well, Mary did
He
it.
bought
primarily.
that Terrell's Grocery and my friend Spencer Henderson's folks' house and
Yeah.
another one, and he redesigned the store into a church.
Yeah, well, as a matter of
Mary
fact,
Clapp was
she was a spirit.
Presbyterian, and she was influential in getting him
Well,
after that.
She spearheaded the whole thing.
yeah, her dad was a
She did
minister.
Colonial.
Minister
Yeah.
from Erie, Pennsylvania, yeah.
So when he'd come out here, she'd have a place for him to preach.
I can tell you an anecdote about Joe Terrell. He was 3 years older than me. I read the paper anyway. He used to drive the delivery truck for his dad. Well, he and his dad were in the truck that day. I forget who was with me, but we thought it was fun to hang onto the tailgate of this little Chevy and he'd go along slowly and we'd run, hang on. Well, he saw us back there, so I thought he was up to something, and he ran us right through a mud puddle. And he thought that was funny. Well, I don't know why I had on 2 pair of pants that day. I must have been because it was cold. So I took off my extra pair of pants and laughed back at him, and he couldn't get over that. It spoiled all his joke. You remember some things that are foolish, but you can't remember what glass you put what you're teasing